Good time of day, everyone. Today is going to be a who knows what. I have some idea, but none of them are well founded. All I can say is that over the past few weeks, I've been stretched a little thin. So, as I have posted on these Twitter, I have started. Actually, let me just go to my Twitter for that. That will make it easier. They don't even have a hashtag. Not even like on Blue Sky or anything. They just have a Discord. Oh well, I'm still doing it. Do 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 do. Twitter. Wrong Twitter. For those that need to know, Scribble in the Moonlight, where I accept commissions. I do technically have a VGen, but I'm not even sure if it's displaying or sending out stuff right. VGen is confusing to me. Okay, that's the word for it. Let me check black. Because I might as well do it today on stream. I have other ideas, but we'll see what happens. I have at least 5 for today, which sucks. Whoop. Mania, which is pretty. It's been running for a few years now. It seems it's basically Inktober, but in May for Pixels. Same song and dance. They only have a Discord. They don't have hashtags, it looks like. I tried looking for them the other night. I have one posted up, but I'm doing what I always do. I'm making sprites and then I'm pushing them into Live 2D because why not? And today's is Hang In There, which I guess the plan is, the classic cat on branch. Which I could probably do at the full size that it's going out as. Yesterday I screwed up because I made the pact doesn't count if it's only one day. Let me see. What resolution do I want to go with? The other one I did was in the 40 or 32 by 48 to get the little robot dude. Okay, yeah, fair enough. It might happen next week. But I'm not doing it. It'd only be an hour. I'm not doing like 5 hour stream on that. I try to do it as quick as possible and get it done with. I did the other one on my lunch break. Okay, let me see. Trying to think here. Let's go with 80 by 80 and see if I can work with that. So I'll have to upscale it by at least 16. Background. Let's change this to 4s. 8s. 8s seem fine. And I'm going with the branch first, because that's going to be the most thing in the foreground. Let's stick with my palette. There's a good brown. And about middle... Do I want the cat fully in view, or do I want the cat to be partially? I think I want it to be fully in view. So something like that. Get the branch made up. A little bit of twig over here. And I guess I could do a little Big bit of highlighting on the top part of it. It's 50. Because the second part, it's almost no secret at this point. I'm trying to... So I made that commercial a while ago. Because I was thinking about doing it fully for today's stream, but I wasn't on board with it. And there's Hot Chicken. I'm going to put it on screen. I'm just saying. Wouldn't it be funny? If I do the chicken model. It'll probably never get run, but doing it is the funny part, and that's the only part I care about. Okay. Cat paw left. So we can't do this in pure black, so I'll go with my standard purple. Oh wait, that works, but I don't think it'll work in this context. Oh, that's why. Cat can be that big. Let's increase that by 1. I want there to be a black outline. So that it doesn't show up on its body. And then we can have the main cat body back here. Let me look up reference. Whoop-a-boo. Because everybody knows this motivational poster. I guess it's typically done with a tortoise shell or other things, or straight up kittens. There's a classic one that is everywhere, but I cannot find it because, you know, there's a million versions and a million people chilling it out there. Yeah, I'm not going to find it. Okay, so let's say body goes up to here, then down here, and then we want a little bit for the haunch. And make it fat at the back. Cats, for all they go, are more like this than anything. They have all the... most of their strong musculature is on their back legs. While they do have some on their front legs, it's mostly the claws that do all the work for them. Okay. Left hind leg. Oh. Grib, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't make another layer. Nope, nope. Okay. I almost wanted to have it so that these would move. Caught myself. I don't want to do 2 hours of this. I have other things I'd rather spend 2 hours on here today. But anyways, as I was saying, for, yeah, I'm thinking of making a new commercial for, like, Sprite models. I haven't posted any of the ones I've been working on. I don't like that. But yeah, it's what you expect. It's Sprite. Because I think they'd really work on somebody doing retro stuff, and that's half of what I try to sell on. And while I might get a few for, you know, my normal stuff that I really like, I gotta be realistic and say, well, okay, can I do a campaign where I sell stuff at about like 20 bucks and still get interest or not? Because 20 bucks is like, that's I hate to say that's a gas station grab the chocolate as you check out pricing, but I might not be wrong at this point in time. Because the impulse buy stuff is a lot more degraded at this point. I mean, the US also has the fact that they're trying to rework Snap and the snacks and stuff. Which was funny because they took potato chips off of what you could buy with, I don't know what it's called exactly. But the welfare system in order to help people buy food. And it took like 3 months, but then all the chip companies just had to drop the prices on them because they weren't selling anymore. Which I find kind of funny, but people saw that the US has tried to put rotisserie chicken on there, and they're just expecting the price to go up to like $30 instead of from it's like, this chicken is so cheap stuff. Okay. I'm going to make this orange for a second. But yeah, I want to test the water a little bit. I've messaged a few Chubas to use their model because, as you saw the other week, I just don't want to roll all the stuff and it just feels bad, man. So, I got some replies. I got some. And they get a cheap model out of it. By that I mean free. Whether they used it or not, who knows? Okay, so I am actually going to spend 5 seconds on this. Left ear up. Because otherwise I think it's going to look bad. I've also seen another pixel artist who does less warping than me on their models. Actually, let me see if I could find them. I don't know why I give such a care on wanting to shout people out and make sure that they are properly known, but they wouldn't do the same for me, and most others people wouldn't care, but people should know. Blubber Muffins, it is. I'm just going to throw this into the chat because, yeah, that's a good idea. Like, this isn't my style at all, but honestly, I had tried to do this before, if you remember with the Ina model, and it just didn't work, but, where they actually have, the pieces have some given rotation on them so that they can have finer movements. Like, it isn't my style at all. I have done frame by frame and just, you know, merged them together and then a little bit of give, which takes longer, but it has a better thing. But I still can't get the subtle motions right and have moved on to, if I'm going to have a change, it's going to be a big one because otherwise it just looks too odd. Anyways, cat ear fluff. Actual cat ear. And let's make it this color. Bop, bop, bop. I think we might just have to outline it. And then we might have to move them apart. So hit the magic O button. Outside. Make sure they're pointed at the ends. Put them behind the head. Yeah, that's the ticket. Maybe increase like. But yes, yeah. Some people I've talked to before, do black cats actually have pink inner ears? Or at least the kittens. No, they don't. They okay, I'm a little wrong on that. I guess it is melanization in the skin. Let's go down to here. Okay. Now, as I said, I want to have 3 of these. So I'm going to turn this off for a second. I want to duplicate this, and this will be left ear down. I'm cutting this ear out. And then I'm going to do the -90 rotation, and then I'm going to do a tween between them. I don't know why Ace Sprite always feels weird. Okay. So, while possibly accurate, I don't like it, so I'm going to push a little bit of this up. Okay, let's do a frame test. But yeah, sorry, I'm braining. Okay. Whoops, not new that. I need a new take. Doesn't matter because it's 2 frames right now, and I will just remake it with all the frames later. Frame properties, 16 seconds for a frame, times 12. Okay, so I'll just go boop, boop. Whoops, that didn't take. There we go. Okay, maybe... Now I turn this back on. Maybe. This is why I do these. Yeah, that works better. Okay. Copy. Pasta. Do I need to actually do a tween on this? No, I think it's so small of a movement, it's only going to clutter it up. And this isn't exactly going to be, you know, 5 hours of work. I'm avoiding that today. He says as he proceeds to do 5 hours of work. Left eye. Open. I am going to do my mids on these. This is Max Sad Kitten. Okay, I think I'm going to have to commit a sin. I need that middle pixel. I have been finding out more and more. All the games use a middle pixel. They are not symmetrical. They have a line down the middle. So let's begin the horrific process of breaking the kitten in half. I mean, sometimes you just need that middle pixel. You know, maybe I could just do it for the head and I'll have the head move around a bit. Because nobody's going to care. Like, the head looks a bit off, but it's a sad cat. Do you really care that the rest of the body doesn't have a middle pixel? I mean, because if you don't have the middle pixel, how do you get the nose? If you don't have the middle pixel, how do you get this? I think the nose might have to go up one. Just so it doesn't merge into that. Okay, let's do our mids. Also, in other terrifying news, I have been looking into animation production to see what I can glean from there. And I glean the entire VTubing scene does not understand animation and is making everybody's lives a little more stressful. But I mean, for the quality product they're going for, I can understand. It's just none of the setup is conducive to a quick turnaround. Like, and also the horrific understanding that all animation is technically pixel art at some stage before they just add a blur effect to everything. It's so they can keep consistent lines. Okay, let's add the most important part, the tail. But yeah, I could go into a lot more thing on it, but I had the realization that, like, wait, for being anime girls, quote unquote, they don't really actually follow animation rules of how, like, at least the Japanese do it. I would even think the rest of the world, though. Technically, I guess they more follow what people that do in tweening animation, or like animation that has bones. But like the most thing is like if you didn't notice, current animation styles abuse the heck out of gradients. And there is a very specific way to do that I don't think VTuber artists do. Because, like, you know, they just gradient to like okay, I'm going to do this. This is background. You have skin here. This is a cheek. This is what I always default to. In rare cases, you have an actual outline because the artist was nice and actually separated outlines from that, which is kind of a pet peeve for me. Because just when I've attempted to do stuff, yeah, the outlines kind of need to be on a separate layer. But how they do gradients is effectively, it's baked into this layer. Like, it's just up to the edge, so, like, the iris problem was that any little bit of warping would, like, kind of do stuff like this. And then, you know, it's, like, blurred all throughout here. But the animation industry effectively goes, when they're doing stuff, they go like, this is going to be a gradient here. This is where gradient starts. And then they have on its own layer, the gradient gets, like, it gets made and it gets merged in. But I had a realization, couldn't you just keep the gradient? Because you can mask to the skin as long as you have an outline. Everything's fine, and you can move this all day long, and then you can maneuver this to work better with it. And I don't know if that's a standard practice. I don't think so, given how little I see, like, heads move. Like, I in some ways, I give more XY freedom with heads tilting. Because, like, one part, I don't care. And one part, I don't get weird distortions that people will notice. Like, I get to run away a little bit with this being basically PlayStation 1 models. And I wish I could actually do that a little bit more, but on the upper scale ones, it's like, I have big corporation, I'm not making this look odd at all. Because I remember Coco, back in the day, when she got a model update, she's like, look how far I can tilt left and right. And that's probably only because it was a touch-up to the model that probably cost about as much as the model, but was specifically for those touch-ups to allow that range of motion. And some part of me is going like, it doesn't have to be that way. You could set up all the layers so that you can abuse the edges all day long and still keep the integrity of the model and like how it's supposed to look looking straight on. But you just need a little bit off the edge. Like I would even say the skin, give a little bit more out here. Heck, you can even like, if you really wanted to, you could start embedding a bit of darker skin color on the outside of it, so as you drag it in, you get shade. Or you could put it onto another layer, but I don't know. I think some of the aesthetics of the VTuber scene has gone more into straight up illustration than a system to be rigged and animated. And when I say rigged and animated, I mean like a rigger does something with it. But that's my quibbles. I get to do what I get to do. And right now, it's back to sprites. Anyway. I don't think I need to actually clip the ears to be different. So I'm just going to have ear up and ear down. And what I mean by this, can I look up real quick? Anime production material line color. Is that what it's called? Oh yeah, this one's a perfect fit. I mean, this is old as heck, so they actually didn't do it in the process I've been looking at. Here's one that's probably older than me. Hello, Lenny. I am talking about things because I have been looking into things. So this is from Chobits, some production setup, where you see everything on here can be broken down into pink, blue, and red lines. Red is highlight, generally, I believe, which is a bit weird over here. Yeah, I'm stretched a bit thin this week. But what I was saying is that they would basically, they would put down the flat color. The pipeline would be, they put down flat color for everything that, you know, would have. And then they would have somebody come back and within these lines, very specifically, color in the shade in the lines and the highlight. And I brought this up because I don't see VTuber models being set up this way. Maybe I'm wrong because I'm not so much in the actual do a proper rig scene. But I'm seeing this and going, you could do so much better and have faster and more precise rigging if you just had this area needs to be highlighted and then you just have a shade color, like be its own thing, and then just use this area to be highlighted as a mask to the shade layer. You know, you punch through or you just do a standard mask to the shade layer and you move that around. And maybe you do have to do some order problems, but yeah, I think you could do a lot faster model, but I was lamenting that VTubers aren't rigged to be animated. They're rigged to be illustrations. And the illustrations follow none of these rules because you put it down once and you're done with it. And that's why a rigger takes so long to finish the process. But, yeah. Oh, I do too. I do too. I mean, like, there's no way to get around it, and you would still have that problem. But, 1 second. Oh, actually, I have these. I got paid for this folder. Like, Alkivi, let me bring it up. Yes. I'd have to see on that Goblin video. I'm not sure on it. I do know the other one, but like, yeah, I have a million layers. There's no way about it because you have to dice it up. But you could have it set up so you get to have more on it. You might have to link me that later, but like, Because, yeah. Anyways, I'm going on about things. And I could have done better. I did, I think I did quite decent. And he was happy with it. And it's the curse of me that's saying, like, could I do this better? Could I do this of more of a product that somebody would actually want? And all that, but yeah. And also there's separation here, so I don't have the weird pixel things, but honestly, I'm realizing at this point, I'm being very finicky about that, and it isn't helping me. Just make it larger. Just literally do it at the size that you're expecting it to be on screen. So, like, this section right here will be about 1,000 pixels. That's what you have to do. And everybody will be happy. I will be utterly terrified and complain endlessly about how it looks in Live 2D Cubism, but that's just me. So, okay, anything else I want to do on this little thing? I think the answer is break up the eyes, even though I'm not going to do anything with it, but practice. So, bop. Bop. And we got ourselves right eye open. And after this, either I'm going to talk about solo stuff, or I don't know, I might do something. Alternatively, I don't know, I might do a chicken. Because this is funny. This lives here, and this says, do something with this. And throwing a red chicken in Achi's bomber jacket is hilarious to me. Could I do that in like 4 hours though? Because I wanted this to be a short day because I slept 12 hours, or I slept like 12 hours yesterday. I'm behind on other things because I slept 12 hours. But, oh wait. There we go. Back over here. Anyways, back to stuff. Boop. And then I also have my other projects. But, yeah. I think I talked about it with you, Lennon, before. That's why I brought up show, is that I might do more of the sprite stuff on here. I have a few other people lined up that I need to finish, and I need to rework the Vivi one because I tried a setup that was make it basically frame animation, and it's painful, and I messed up so many things on that in the output. So I'm just going to put it at times 64 pixels and call it a day and see if that looks good. Thank you very much. Okay, so right eye mid. And we paste, and we turn off right eye full. Yep, okay, that's there. Okay, and then we have right eye closed. Boop. Okay. Now let me just see. Oops. Okay, I only have a bit of liftoff on that. Let me just put this in a group, and then I will extend cat body, and then I will import this into Live 2D, and then I will make a crappy little animation afterwards, because this is for speed. I haven't even hit the half-hour mark, so I'm doing better than I did yesterday. That was because I was watching too much stuff. Okay, head group. Okay, so now that I have that, I can decapitate the cat. Sadly, it feels like decapitation and cat go together too easily. This. And we move you up. Nope. M. And we move you up. So that I have some neck in the background. Bop. Bop. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. I got more than that. I was very confused for a second. I can? Like, I've done some stuff. The real issue is that... You say that. You say that, but I'm going to save that surprise for later, or actually just link you the other thing. You know, screw it. Screw it. This is mildly out in the wild. The question is, how does it look at right now? Okay. Bop. This is in models. But I am doing a little test with Vivi. So on this, the main claim to the game is that this is at a half size of where it would be in the final thing. And I have all the layers for shading as their own thing. And as you can see, I'm putting in some cheap anime shadow and highlights. I need to do a bit more for the dress. But what's going to carry this is putting the line work in there. It's going to be doubled in scale again. Like I made this at a low scale, then I quadrupled it. I joined up the edges. And it needs to go up one more time because, like, do I have examples? I have this. Okay, unrelated. But this is from Fate Zero. It's almost like I'm stealing colors from it or something. I don't know why I'm taking colors from Ilya to match Vivi. There's a complete mystery there. But this is literally what they worked on. This... maybe. But, this is literally what goes into the animation portion. And this is just pixel art. This is just literally full-scale, painful, fighter-sized pixel art. And look at this. It is only like 900 pixels, because, like, the ultimate... What they're pushing this out as is at standard high definition, or maybe standard definition 920 by... 920 by 1080. And this is just pixel art. This is stuff I do. Maybe not like you could tell this wasn't a pixel artist because look at this. This does not bring me joy, and it's not like supposed to be showing anything. But once you let me take a look because I think I found it before. Fate Zero Ilya character reference. Because I will find this exact... Yes. Okay, found it immediately. This is the same thing. All that happened is that they had... the original drawing when they made this, they had what I was showing before with Chi and having the shadow outlines. And then they just had somebody go in here, click mid shading, fill it in. Yeah. Like, no, like, technically, it is the whole thing with fighting games and pixel art in general. It's just, it's very comparable to fighting games because they have the mid shade, they have that, and they have to keep it very animated or else everything falls apart and you look at this and go, what is this trash? Like, it's not trash. It's good work. It's a good digitization of probably an actual physical sketch. Because they still use sketching processes in most of the studios. Don't know if they use it for this one, but... This gives me pain. This is not pixel art, but it's done like it is pixel art. Because of how they bring it in there, and then they just go through another process that they drop in the shades... and then they blur the lines. Unironically, the only reason that this is kind of... Well, it's fuzzy because it's compressed. But the only reason that this kind of is fuzzy is because they run a blurring plugin in After Effects in order to give it a consistency and a not hard edge. Which brings up the point. VTubers for saying they are anime girls are not anime girls. They are not drawn in a way that is conductive to them being animated. They are in a Japanese animation style so far as they are splash art for an anime where they get to put in like 7 layers of shading instead of the 2 or 3 that are typically used. Well, most Japanese illustrations use a 3 shade style. I've looked into that a little bit. Animation typically uses a 2 layer shading style. Like, this is a single shade difference. This is a single shade difference. It's the same shade difference as this. This is a single shade difference. This is a single shade difference. Whereas in a more standard Japanese illustration, you would go in here and have like another shade be here, possibly an even a little bit more in here, and go down like this. This would be a completely different color and gradient. Back here would have more shade and some streaks in it. Like this would have another shade in here for the second shade. And then like possibly a third shade going through here to show a little bit more of the form. Like right here. Like most animation, like you could see in Western as well, like with The Simpsons, is that day to day, like I don't know about modern ones because they might be able to get away with more and they are using 3D models in that and compressing them to look like 2D sometimes. But they work in don't bother shading at all unless absolutely necessary. But when The Simpsons movie came out, they added shading to everything because of a bigger budget and a bigger time frame. Anime is Japanese animation is the same way in a lot of regards, where they have to keep it they have to keep it fast and cheap. Anime style in a lot of ways is just cutting corners to the most efficient product that gets out the results, which is why like noses have vanished, cheeks have kind of vanished, unless it's a very stylized thing, and even then they've cut corners on how to keep that. But yeah, just once again, I'm going to flip between these. This is pixel art. This is what the pixel art becomes after they push it through a process that thins the lines and has shading on there. Now they probably do blend a little bit on the edges of the outlines, but I'll have to see how that works for this. Yeah, it looks terrifying because I have to put the lines in there for the lips, and then I put that on top of there. Same thing for the eyes. I need to fudge with the eyes a little bit. But the line art is going to carry this, and that's going to be the most terrifying part because, yeah, I'm bad at line art. Which is funny because I traditionally hatch, and I traditionally draw, which is pure line art. But that's a different type of thing, and a different type of process. Anyways, I have gone on a tangent, which fits this. I don't know what I'm doing today's stream, but pixel art, anime, pixel art, anime. I'm going to flip this and just wonder at how little it took from this to become this. And can I do that on a regular time basis to do a full-scale, like actual full-size model and not a pixel model? And I think my love is always going to be with the pixel models. But I'm not going to lie, getting paid like 15 grand to do the entire, or $1,500 to do this entire process for somebody would, I don't think I would turn it down. But we'll have to see. Let's see. Do we also have this one on here? Yes, we do. Pixel art. Anime. Pixel art. Anime. One layer of shading and blending and putting a blur filter on the line art. Kind of blew my mind. But anyways. Also, the whole reason they do it like this is so that they can fill in easily and they don't miss anything, which is why they rasterize this down to having no aliasing whatsoever. That's the whole reason it looks like this, is that they can do flood fill and not have the problem of missing like half a pixel here. And that just have that be like an alpha off the line. As I said before, anime is very much the process. Or how anime ends up as a style is very much part of the process. And this is just to ensure that color is filled, because you get to this and this looks great for animation. This is like, oh, is this from some, like, even if it, like, okay. Oh wait, I could cheap some of this. Like, effectively, this would be done on it as well, but it's not done on this one. Because I don't have the, or do I? No, I don't think that site has that part of it, but... Like, you could see where... let's, that's fine. It just needs to be example scrib. You can be rough. Whoops. Just... Oh no, I made a mistake. Room. I'm not going to do the other side, because this is all I need to show. It's literally just fighting scale sprites. It's like even they're cut in, like in the old SNES and arcade games, where they went really high resolution for, like, go back to being a salaryman to Chun-Li. As you can see, like, even just adding this much makes it look a lot more finished. And like, if they put a lot more time into it, they add another layer of shade to it. But this just right now adds so much more. And this is slightly pink or purple. And like, even in here, I'm just going to do the cheap part of it and go like, hoo hoo hoo. This purple shading, I found out, is actually a meme in some artist communities, because a lot of beginner artists just shade purple and call it a day. And I can understand why, because purple is so good for shading. Also, I don't understand Fulton at all. But yeah, and then you zoom out, because you work at like twice the scale or whatever, but I zoom out to 50% and look at that. Don't know what to say, but just going to say, modern anime is just pixel art with a blur on it. Actually, I'm going to do it. I'm going to open GIMP and put a Gaussian blur on it. Whoop. Create from clipboard. Like, I don't have the proper thing. Gaussian blur. I've played with this a bit, and I think 0.6 is where it works the best. Actually, with this one, I might be able to do just one. Screw it. It's just one. Okay, can I flatten this so that it is on there? Yes, I can. Like the blur kind of screws up on the eyes, which, I mean, I kind of like that. And also we have the yellow to show the highlight on them because that was done. But ignoring the loss in, which, I don't know, it still looks on. I just know it's blurred because I just looked at it in pixel form. I think the lines only get the blur, maybe just a little bit. But yeah. The final step is something that gives it a proper blur. So that all the line work kind of, well, becomes line work instead of, hey, look at this black here. I don't know. I'm going to finish up the cat. Oh, that's for later. Okay, anyways, I had this in the wrong group. And we have a sad cat in a tree. We're going to save this out. Storage. Mania, day 2. And I don't need to make 2 things for this. Excuse me. Day 2. Okay, we have it saved. I put up the screen. We run the magic script that makes this a Photoshop document. And then we close this down for a second. Nothing's going to be showing right now because I'm opening stuff up in GIMP, and GIMP doesn't... I'm not tracking GIMP. I'm not working in GIMP on stream. Until I start getting paid to work on GIMP on stream. Then that'll be interesting. Because that'll mean my whole rant for the past half hour has come true. And I'm able to do full-size models off of pixel art. And to a degree that somebody's willing to give me, how many cheeseburgers would that be? How many McDonald's meals would that be? Let's say a McDonald's meal is about $20. Let me bring out the calculator. If somebody is willing to pay me 75 McDonald's combo meals for that. That's just a guesstimate. It probably should be a lot more, but I'm not going to a higher thing until I actually need it. Or the hours actually become that I need to put it at that. I have the terrible burden of, yes, I have done years of this, but I'm not going to charge you $500 for an hour of work on something that I slapped together. It gets close, but, no. The only reason why I'm so cheap is that effectively my model work is like full round thing, like 20 to 40 hours. Like it's only 40 hours because I just don't stop tweaking. And that's basically a week's worth of pay. So $500 seems, 500 around there seems about, 400 to 500 seems fine to me. You could find better. Oh wait, this is the wrong, yeah, okay. Okay, back to storage, back to Mania. Drop you in. But that's just me being strange and me also needing to get some recognition, and actually some people paid for it. I don't know why I do that, but I need to have that. Oh, I should have had the... Crap, 1 second. All is lost. I wanted to separate the pause because it'll be cute. All that ranting to say is, I'm not a very good business person. Okay, once more. I sell myself short. But I believe in establishing repeat work like, fast food should be doing currently, but are instead going to restaurant prices, which, hmm, isn't working out well for them. And like restaurants are kind of suffering. Restaurants are kind of suffering too because they're cutting back in any sort of objective quality and costing as much as going out for a Big Mac. Their portions might be bigger, but eating more slop does not actually do a lot for people. Okay, image, scale times 32. And put it at the resolution of 300. Go up, export. Do. Oh, yeah, sorry for missing that, but Melty is still dropping deal. Well, they did have the Luma something game. Yeah, like fighting games are the last sort of bastion of actually high resolution good pixel art. Some indie games do it, but they don't do it at the scale of fighting games. A lot of indie pixel games are just what I do. You have it at like a NES screen resolution and then you upscale it by 4 and call it a day. Which isn't bad to say, but it's not the end all be all of like how pixel art is supposed to be, which is like fighting game. Marvel versus Capcom. Because I've been looking at this recently. They don't have all the sprites up on the resourcer, but they have a lot of them. This is why I don't like, say, to work in higher resolution. Because this is madness to me. But just look at that. This is like the idle animation for him. Like, it probably goes over here and then it goes back here. And the reason why I was looking at this is like, hey, look, fingers. So I've been looking at this stuff for fingers, and you know what they do? They do kind of what I do, so I'm on the right thing. Where they will have some be darker and others have lighter and all that. But just look at the pixel mastery going on here. Look at it. And look, the glorious smear. Because they don't have the frames to put in between here for the speed it's going at, so they just put a glorious smear. Same with this. I'm going to do it. Capcom and Marvel are going to sue me, but I'm going to do it. Okay, let's make this bigger. 250 by 250. I should be able to do this. That's a 30 FPS game, so 15 should work for that. Oop. Okay, let's say right about here. I don't know if this is like done off the side of the screen or a wall. And the high definition 2D, that's its own thing. That's just using like standard old pixel art style, but having 3D backgrounds. Or quasi 3D. Frame properties. So this is a 30 FPS game, so this should be 16, but I think it'll be too fast. Yeah, that's too fast. Let's say that it is a 30 FPS game. Too fast. Okay, let's go at 15 frames per second. Almost there. 128. Oh, it's because the last ones are just... Yeah, the only movement is between there and there. But the movements... Am I missing frames, or is it just, like, really quick? Maybe I'm missing that one. Anyways, I'm spending too much time. But, fighting games. Glorious pixel art that hurt people. I've exported this. I brought this into Live 2D, so I'll have back into Live 2D to do my animation stuff. Do I do it? I do it. It doesn't feel right if I don't have my environment set up. I should really, like, make some default one. But yeah, I've been researching a bunch of things, looking into a bunch of things, thinking about how things can be improved, how I could sell some things. And I'm going to have about 8 pixel sprites that I'm going to say like $15 to $20. 15 if I can do them in Nest style, which is like 16 by 16 max with a little bit of edge, and a lower color palette, and then the rest of them it's like how I usually do it. No, it's eyes. Scrib. It's misspelled. I don't care. Create. Nope. Label color. I'm Brady. Derived. Also, unironically, I was thinking about, could I emulate the HD 2D style in... Okay. This is whatever today. So in that style, you know, you got your background, you got your little sprite guy. And the main selling to that style is that, like, the environment is just a texture that, like, scales properly. Now, if I don't have to scale the corners... I don't have to scale, like, the sides and corners, and I just have, like, a roof on it that I can expand or contract with the rest of this to show some turning in a 2.2, like, that's how... I could make that in open, or in SDL2. SDL3 allows me to do more, but I could do something with that. Like, it'd be a scale, like, you just see it flat on. And, like, things kind of warp and change. Like, the idea I had was, like, as this comes down, the roof, like, stretches out to be its full size while it's being, like, you know, skewed as you go down. And this is also being stretched down. So you have some, like, it's not Animal Planet. It's not Farmville. What is the Nintendo game? Animal Crossing. So you have some Animal Crossing style where the world's where the world's on a cylinder and coming into frame and then disappearing into frame, basically becoming flat on top as it passes this line. And if I'm able to give two textures to each sort of like object on that, I can do that. Oh, I can do that. That is not even fake 3D. Okay, back to this. Okay, so I have everything. Cat head is going to be one group. I think the hind legs can stay the same. I don't want to screw with it for right now. Whoop. Cat head. Usually I don't do it this way, but today I'm being lazy. Cat head X, so I can be even lazier and not have it be a two-dimensional setup. The Meow Meow has moved one pixel over. Minus 15.001. 15.001. Cat head Y. Okay. Flip horizontally. And as you can see, the pixels, the blur on the edge of pixels, they haunt me. Okay, the Meow Meow has now able to express its full anguish in moving its head around. Okay, we're going to make a derived ear up and ear down. I'm going to also be making a... I guess I'll name it right. I'm going to be making an... no, this would be under derived. I open, close... I open derived. Now we'll go from -1 to 1. So I might as well put these on here because it's kind of bothering me that it's a double. It's a four-eared freak. I said it. It's a four-eared freak. Okay. Whoops. Well, I was on the same layer, so that's fine. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Mistakes were made. They'll never be fixed. It's over. Boop, 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 boom, boom. Okay. Now I'm going to cheap out on this and just have it be on let's have it on head angle or some head angle. Yeah, let's do it a little further out on the 18s. But over here, you lift up a pixel. Oh, how am I going to see this? How am I going to see this? Like so. Negative 18.001. Okay, good go. Now we move over to the other one. What was this? This was 18? Yeah, that's fine. Does it look sad enough yet? And I suppose I should also have tail. Tail. First we remove the tail. And that is the right one. Okay. 5s are good enough. Technically a little over the hour I wanted to do on this, but I talked about other stuff. So let's talk more rant about... Wait. Maybe the reason that rigging is so expensive and takes forever... Oh wait, this is left. This is fixable. This is fine. Actually clear it. I say. Was the ranting about... Wait, maybe why everything's so expensive is that they aren't making it proper to, like, actually kind of animate. I mean, they can. It's just not in a way that's very productive to time and budget. That said, a lot of VTuber stuff, it kind of doesn't matter on the model. All too much personality. Model's the gatekeeper. Because if somebody just doesn't want to look at that model, they're not going to stay for your personality. If somebody can tolerate the model and stay for your personality, you kind of won. But if the only reason to stay there is because you have a high budget model, I don't think that lasts too long. Which is why I literally just make gimmick models for people who want to play retro games. .601. There we go. Okay, now... Body, why? And I guess I'll mirror it. Okay. Let's go down a pixel. I can't really... Once again, look at it. Look at this horrible gap. Why? Why cubism? Why must you hate my art style? Because the anime girls. I can use you. The anime girls are not conducive to animation. I mean, I still like it and all that, it's just... How to put it? People shouldn't think the average Chuba model costs $10,000. You can get good results without being that much. You could probably even get better animation style by cheaping out and actually looking like a proper animated anime girl. Which I'm playing with, but I'm not a digital artist. Oop. Okay. Let's do our eyes. I'm going to be really curious at what I come out with, because I'll probably try and do it tomorrow. I have to finish up something tonight. And something tomorrow. But I'm going to at least put down a 5 or 6 hour block where I just work on that test of VV and see what I can do. Because I really think there is something. Oh, wait, I shouldn't be doing it with those. My bad. Okay. I know the drill. I should be doing this in my sleep. Which I kind of do because I think about what I'm going to do on this sort of stuff. Okay, right eye open. Left eye open. Right eye closed. Left eye closed. Okay, now we put them all to 0 opacity so that they are off. Then I pick where they are going to transition from close to open, which I am now putting at 0.5 because I have actually finally managed to see people who use the model on stream and have actual setup rigging or actual setup environments for it. And the eye needs to open faster. The mouth needs to open faster. I have been a fool. my setup is just trash. So it flickering open and closed all the time is just probably more that I got kind of a beard going on. But yeah. But still. Now these I'm just going to, you know, do it straight on the art mesh. Because I do not care. Okay, mids, this side. Like, it's weird to watch. Like, I understand I have a almost not proper human thinking of things at times. Like, Demonstrous, he really thinks about, like, oh, where he should be and where he should be going and all that sort of stuff. And I'm here over here going, like, I don't really think about that. I do not have dreams like, oh, big person has this model that I did, and da-da-da-da-da. Oh, God, wouldn't that be great? Because I would go like, oh, neat, I can use that on resume somewhere. I can actually show that one off because somebody actually liked it. And it does not matter who likes it and who thought they could use it on my end. My care is that somebody actually out there will use it. I just want the thing to be useful and to be at a price point that more people can have it because clearly somebody wants to have it. I have terrible business sense. I'm not even sure if that's like good ethics or anything or good motivation, but I don't get like, oh, person showed, like even with birthday art. Like it's the weirdest thing. It's like, oh, they showed it. Like that doesn't do anything for me. It's like, oh, cool. They actually did show it. That means that I can do more stuff like it, and I don't care because with birthday art, I make the birthday art because I want to make the birthday art. It's tossed into the void, and I assume nothing's going to happen with it. And that is practically my entire life for this. I assume nobody gives a care, and I move on with my day anyways. I've just been getting more reckless with my not caring. Which means I have like basically no quality. I just get it done. It's like, oh no, it should be better. Like any part of me like it should be better is because I wish for it to be like this thing over here. It is form meets its function meets the form sort of thing for me. And while I would like more people to pay for it and do stuff, like that's not stopping me in any way. Oh, I don't have that selected. It's not stopping me in any shape or form. What do you mean you've seen weird stuff? My stuff's surely that weird. I mean, it's pixel art in this day and age, but that kind of has a timeless quality to it. Okay. We can do things. So first off, I'm going to add the eye open, which is not going to be preset off anything. And it is going to be positional between both the eyes opening and closing so that I can use them for blinks for the ears because Kimono Mimi. Kimono Mimi Moto. Or Neko Mimi Moto. Like, I've been in project hell for a bit. For a few things I've been trying to do. Bust small. Sure. And this is going to be an open eye derived. Okay, and then we're going to add tail, which is going to be body X tilt and head X positional. So this could be 100% but it's going to be flipped. And this can be 100%, but it's going to be that. Because we have it at 100%, we have to put these at 30 so that it can properly hit that. A normal pendulum, let's put that down to 8. But in order to have it have more effect from head moving, it has to have the positional just fling itself across. Cat. Very sad cat. Look at it be sad. You. It's very rare that the auto mesh messes up that badly. Did I just auto mesh till it works? Mesh is open. Oh my god. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I ain't playing this game. I ain't playing this game. Whoops. And there's an autofill, isn't there? Oh, it's not closed? You know what? Oh, cause you. What are you? What the heck is Protect X? Oh, it didn't actually close. My bad. Okay, there we go. Auto connect. There. Look at that. Okay, let's run it. Like, my whole thing was that I was going to keep up with some trends and like, you know, oh, new character comes out. Hey, look, I made a pixel model of them and I threw them on there. But I haven't kept up on that. It's mostly been whatever random stuff a random VTuber has done. Which is more, you know, my focus, but... Okay, we have this. Amazing. Now let's move on. So I'm going to animate this. And you get to see the hell that is animation. Okay, this is Mania 2026. This is day 2. Okay, do I have this screen set up? Okay, we're going to a video. Can you see this? Ah! Welcome to hell. So, I need to decide How long this is going to be, the framing, and the size. So this was originally 80 by 80. I'm going to have it at half size so that the magical pixels disappear. 80 times 16, so one. This is going to be huge. Can I quarter it and call it a day? $640 by $640, sure. So I select the new animation. I go down here. I turn this off. I go 640 by 640. Then I drag this onto the timeline. Oh my god, it's huge. So I quarter it. So it's now 25%. And because I did math, you can see that there's no pink showing up. Therefore, I'm covering everything. Now the second thing is how long this should be. Okay, I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to do what I usually do in Notepad. So let's say 0 through 1 second. Let's say 2 seconds, or 2 seconds. Cat down, eyes closed, meow. 2 through 2 point. I think of it in thirds or sixths, so 1 over 3. Cat pull up, meow. Pull up, open eyes. 2 and 1/3 through 3. Cat struggle, left and right. 3 to 3 1/3. Cat pull up, then fall back down to default. This is how I make animations, and it sucks. And I'm going to have this go to 4 seconds. So I go back in here. I click this. I set this to 4 seconds. It's set to 311 for some reason. Maybe there's a pi joke because it's kind of off that. So that's 4 seconds now. Now I have to set this up to go all the way over here. Now I have to set this up to go all the way past here. Now I have to set up my default parameters to copy and paste at start and end. So he can be in the middle. But the body must be down. And the eyes must be closed. Okay, so I have that. I can copy all this. Got to make sure that it is... Oh, I made my first mistake. This should be 1 over. Haha. Thank you very much, Live2D. Okay, so I grab this, row this down at 4. Yeah, that's fine. And now I could go through it. So what I was saying, I work in thirds. This is why. Actually, I should be working fourths. Or fifths as it is. So this is about half. No, I can work at thirds. This is these are the third markers. Okay, what did I say? Let's do some meow meow down here. I think the cat should be further down even. You know what? I'm going to make the cat further down on the lower end of things. Okay, let's get into here. Let's do this. Got to make sure that this matches up. Okay, cool. Pinchu. I saw a model out made by somebody who am I doing this right? Yeah, I am. Okay. I am not. Okay. Okay. What I need to do is I need to copy another one out here and then pinch the -7 in closer to. Okay. So we break this up into 7. And then -8 can go down one more. Or like this. Okay, and then we pinch that to -7.001. I don't know why I was confusing myself. I do this a million times. And I think I could push this even further beyond. By having this cat go down to like here. So the low end, it moves a little bit more. Which is fine. Snappy animation. Good stuff. Also, I don't have as many pixels as I need for that. Okay, cool. Save this. It will automatically update in the scene stuff, so now the cat is really down there. And we want the cat to meow. So at this one right here, we will set mouth open to 0. In here, we will open it up. Over here, we'll close it again. Then we'll have it open up, and then basically immediately close. Do you have anything else on there? And for flavor, we'll have the cat move left and right a little bit. So grab our angle X, set that up. Over to here. Here. And then here. And then return to main position. And then have cat start coming up to normal. And I said that was through 1/3. So I'll put it at this point. Oops, wrong thing. Oh, wait, no. It should be at the low end down here. Maybe we can have a little bit of... Whoops. Flavor of it, like... Oh, wait. That's the wrong stuff. Then we can have it on going up. It stretches its head up. Its body should still be here, but I think I'm going to have it like right about here. Just peek up a little bit and drop back down. Then over here, it gets up to its normal position. Let's wait a few seconds in. Have these go to open. Close quickly. Then open again. Cat meows. Cat closes mouth. Okay, where I'm at now. Have cat struggle left and right until, maybe we just go till... Oh, we are at 3. Yeah, we could go to 2. Oh yeah, we're really far down there. Have cat struggle left, right, and it will go up, and then quickly fall back down. See, the eye should be open like right here, right here. And I think they should close rather quickly, because it's struggling to go up. Okay, what do we have for cat hanging in there? Oh, I only opened one eye. There you are. That's why. Does the tail... Oh, I need to add the physics to this. Okay. So we go to scene, or to track. We bake in animation physics. It only has 2 things to work with. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada booey. There we go. We got a poor cat. Is this at 100%? We get a little bit of that in there. Oh well. Anyways. It's a little quick to my taste, but I'm not spending 3 hours on this. I have other things I could spend 3 hours on. Okay, export to video. GIF first. Day 2. I'll export this to the Zwetas. And in order to do it properly to the Zwetar, we have to make it a MP4. Hang in there. Okay. To the void. To the void. Okay. Now on to commercial work. So, thank you for your service. This is a show. She has eyeshadow. And let me look up real quick. Sprite Resourcer. So, I had pitched it out there of what sort of retro thing she might like. She got a response on. Very strange. And she said the Japanese name for the Super Ghouls and Goblins. So, we are going to be looking over Super Ghouls and Goblin sprites and applying them to VTuber. It never ends. So basically all I'm going to... So I'm not doing full armor, but standing sprite and jumping sprite because I can do it as animation. That said, it's been an hour and 45 minutes. So I'm going to stand up for a minute. I'm going to check a few things, and then I will be right back. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay. Da 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 da. I never even played the game. No, I have played it once or twice because I was trying to see if I had the physics set up correctly, and I was correct. I know how to do the physics for that game, purely based on just watching too many speed runs and them complaining and explaining how the physics work. This is show. Do I have a Twitter? Let me find Michan's Twitter. There, show. Dude. Actually, I think this is more her. Yeah, okay. No, this is her. Other. That's more her art account. 1 second. My bad. There we go. Wait, you can have 2 layers on this? What wait. That's dumb, but amazing. So if you put a hard character return in, because I do it on accident at this point, you can put a second line in. I did not know it functioned like that. Because you have word wrap, because it has to put it in this box, but... Huh. I'll have to remember that. I mean, it makes perfect sense, but I've only ever seen scrawls used as single line scrawls. Okay. Bop bop. So, Arthur. This is going to be, oh, this might be 48 by 24. I'm going to hate it if I'm correct. (24 by 38). So I'm 10 pixels down. So he's a little shorter than that, so which is fine. But I was correct on the 24, and I hate it. So what makes this really work as recognizable is that you have head here. Head is roughly, I think that's actually a 6. Where's him in his boxers? Okay. Oh, it might actually just be a 4th. Okay, that's good to know. I'm going to say it's basically a 4th. It's a little bigger because he has his beard, so let's go off here. Basically a 4th, give or a take, a little larger to give, you know, actually able to see things. For our purposes, we're going to need to have the eyes more visible for blinks, and because anime girl. And we still need to show detail. Because she has the inner lining and a bunch of red everywhere. This, I'm going to think, needs to stick out, and I'm going to be having her face left to help with that. But also to, because, well, most VTubers live at the bottom left of the screen, or bottom right of the screen. Don't know why, they just kind of do. So, it'd be funny if I had exploding clothes, but I don't want to do that. So what I want to have is literally this jump, maybe the full out after you hit the... Well, no, this was you jump up and this was you double jump. So I just needed to have it like this. And this is going to be like 48 across, I could tell. Oh, it's only almost 30. Okay. I stand corrected. That should be easy enough because she wears shorts, so I don't have to worry about skirt physics. I'm not sure if I'll get her t-shirt logo in. I'm not sure if I'll get her braids in, but this is important, and these are important. Not sure about bruise and all that. Sneakers I will probably be able to get. But we have our base dimension of 24 by 32. Which, 38. I think we could go for maybe 36 or 32 because she is supposed to be shorter, but she is anime girl after all, so she needs to remain small and cute. Okay, let's not include the top of the visor. Yeah, let's go about 32. That said, we have to add change. So we're going to have a height of 32 plus 8 for border, and 24 plus 8 for border, and then we're going to put this in 8s. And then we're going to be pushing it down by 4. Because this is the middle of the model. So the head size for this is roughly, let's go down to in his boxers. Oh, that's interesting. So I think it's clipping off the top of the, well, no. Very interesting. So it's not doing the top pixels for stuff. It's having an outline on the bottom pixels, but not the top pixels. It makes sense as that makes it more lighter, but it still distinguishes everywhere else. But anyways, back to things on how this works. We have front of body here, which is the majority of it. And then we have side view in shade of about like 2 or 3 pixels. And the legs are largely all in shade. And then we have the arms be massive. We're going to have tiny anime girl arms. But yeah, and otherwise it is a 4-value system. We have our highlight, our mid-light, our mid-light, and then our low-light. And it's used in both places because they could also then use that for the beard, but I'm going to be in pain because I have to work it to this. Okay, let's get cracking. Let me get my Nest palette out because why not? How pale is Show? Show is pale. I'm going to call it, this is going to be 90. 95 value. Might as well just use white. Every time. Every time. I will accept that and put it at 90. And I also didn't get the head size, which I said it's probably more like 8. 9. Let's go with 12, because I need to have a good room for her anime eyes. So let's give ourselves right in the middle a 10-point ball to work with. And the floor is down here. And this gets us to, we need to have shading on like this part of the head. So let's shade our ball. First off, let's properly, there we go, that is a skull. Drop this down by like 16, 15. So drop this down to 70. Drop this down to 90. Have that be shade for head. This is a very shaded style, so I will have some wrapping on the outside. Not so much up here, because as we said before, that looks better. I mean, honestly, the saturation, it's so pale that it works. Okay, so we have a head. It is going to be outlined in black for at least the chin and all that, so let's get started on outlining the bottoms and sides. The hair we're going to be covering all over this, so it's going to mess it up anyways, but we got to start somewhere. Okay, let's get her body mostly set up. One second, just because it's funny. There we go. I'm literally going to snapshot my stream. Okay. Silliness aside, let's get back into the big Zilane. So, the body. Leg. Where the legs stand. Actually, the legs are a little short. Because these are not where I expect it to be. I mean, we have a little bit of the pant leg on the side to do it, but this is like 14 pixels. I don't think this is going to be 14 pixels to the shoulder. Yeah. Actually, no, it's opposite. Legs are slightly leggy. I mean, anime girls are leggy, so that works too. So let's just say 12 pixel, or 11 works. Okay. So right here. There is no neck on this sprite, so I don't need to worry about that. Now, his position is a straight up one. Do we want to make Sho look cute? Anime girl should look cute. Oops. I don't think she's like... I don't have her height, so I don't know if she's tiny, petite, all that sort of stuff. Actually, do we have a height? I'm going to ignore that age. Okay. I mean, she doesn't have an hourglass figure, so I'm going to put that as petite, and let's just put a little bit of curve in there. I'm going to be replacing this with colors anyways. It's going to be flesh for like 5 more minutes. Get out to hip. Like so. Okay, and first off we have... Also I have to remember, I have to keep this underneath like 16 colors. 15 colors actually. Yeah, it's going to be 16. It's far enough where you get her clavicles and all that, but let's just go like this. Boop. And let's just dip down to this over here. I guess we can have a jacket on and jacket off version. Yeah, that's fine. And just because she kind of has that, we could show more pants on this side. Okay, they do not have... They don't have the... How should I put it? The outline only goes right here. It doesn't have it at the joining of the shorts. And the shorts are kind of a standard color, black. I'm going to cheat and use purple. Let's see how that goes. I don't like it. I am going to desaturate the purple because this is SNES palette, which means I can do anything as long as it's in 16 colors. to this. Let's desaturate that bit to about 50, 40. There we go. Okay, Arthur, you have kind of a crooked leg, so we go down about halfway, then we uncrook it. How crooked? That crooked. Maybe even put it up a bit. And we don't get feet. What color are they? They are that, so that's fine. Might give him one more pixel down there. Otherwise, I can just use this color. Is there anything on the heel? Doesn't look that good, so I am golden. And her shorts are shorts. So they can go down like 1 or 2 pixels. Actually, I think we might need something like this to show that these are indeed pants. We'll have 1 pixel over here, and we'll have 1 pixel. Therefore, you can see their shorts. Our socks go up knee-high. No, they are calf. So like right here. And the rest is skin. Okay, Arthur has his leg really far out, so we'll do a similar. Once again, we have the shoes like this. And then they go up like so. Okay. Maybe have this go in a pixel. Getting there. Okay, we need to have shading for the shorts. So just going to drop it by like 10. Drop it by like 10. And same for shading for her socks and shoes. I'm not giving her legs to be like 4, kind of 5 pixels on this. Not doing it today. And we outline this. Except for the tops. It's kind of weird. I do think maybe we might have to actually, because this has a lot more fold over. So probably should say that, really show that indeed this is something. Can we get the cat on here? No. Yes. Kind of. Sorry, show. You're not getting your shirt. You're just getting a standard AIF shirt. Okay. So I need to have two versions of arms, because if I'm going to do that, I need to have the normal arms. Also, I'm going to need to have them switch between, jumping. Do you have red nails? Why, look at that. You have red nails. Okay. So we go out, and then we come back in. Also, I suppose I should put a line here, like, Okay, so, first off, and this is a standard, it's a slow one, so I can do it in 2 block chunks. I'm going to give her 3 wide pixel arms. And then a hand down here. Something like that. I can just outline. Then remove the outline on this part. Joe does not have the most muscles, so I do not get to try and highlight the glistening biceps of Arthur. As for other arm, we just get a bit of shoulder, so I can probably just... Well, skinny anime girl. I don't need to do that. However, I do need to have normal arm back. In which I just put a little bit of fingers. Why is that so far up? Well, I will match it. It's kind of hidden by this, and all that's showing is like... Not much. Okay. Let me just blob this. So I don't think it really makes much of a difference. Boom. And then there are no pixels on top, because that's just how it's styled. Oh, I didn't do much for her legs. 1 second. There we go. And I might as well save this out. Where's my folder? Sprite collection. Show Super Ghosts, Ghouls, and Goblins. I'm actually probably wrong on that. I always mix up the name. Okay, cool. Okay, Let's at least try to get the eyes and hair on so that it can be recognizable. I only need to do 1 eye. You know what? I'm going to do 2 eyes because I say so. So, left eye, which I'm going to put this down here. More going to be like right here. This is more of a 3/4 view I'm doing. Okay, that's middle of head. This is what is going to be full. Well, that looks like a skull, so I'm probably on the right thing. Let's do the Final Fantasy trick. There we go. Just a bit cross-eyed. Okay, cool. Let's do a little bit of this. Does she do? I mean, has eyeshadow. I won't be able to fit that in. I'm sorry, show. Does she actually have gull wings, or did I put it on there? She kind of has gull wings. It's hard to tell because her hair is in the way. Oh, glasses. Well, it's probably going to be covered up anyways, so it doesn't matter. Eye left open. Mid. You won't tell how I'm going to fix this up. There we go. And then we get rid of the corners. Left eye. Okay, so that works. Okay, how are we going to do mouth? Because this doesn't have proper mouth, so once again, I think we're going to do Final Fantasy. Mouth closed. Keep it at black to reduce our pixel count. We'll just go like this. Unless I don't even think I can put cat mouth on this. Okay. Mouth open. And I'm just going to use red again. Closed, open, good enough. Okay, let's go on to hair, because that is the most important part of an anime girl. Hair. So, how to do this? I think she's that's kind of a brown. That's a desaturated orange. Actually, more it's a desaturated red. That makes sense. Oh, what's on the palette for this? So if I take this, I drop you to 20. I think that's show. Okay, what's my pixel count up? Or what's my color count right now? Let me just drop this in here so I don't lose it. This is how I check how much I have. So I turn the palette. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors. So I could get 6 more. And then I fit into specs. Because I have to have 1 transparent. Boop. Okay, I think I could still go with this. That means, because I need to get at least 2 colors out of this. Wait. I made the mistake. No, all is lost. I'll never be able to fix this. Oh god. Oh god, oh god. How do I... Okay, I fix it. I can't get that red bit if she's facing the other way. So... as this go down, I might have to just do this behind the eyes. I've never done that before. How am I going to do that? Okay. What I'm saying is, like, so that when it opens, her eyes open, you'll be able to, like, see it. Okay, so we got that. I have to emphasize that there's a peak here. It's probably going to go a little bit above what I said. I was choosing for this, but that's just how this works. This goes down like this, so we finish off the head. This part is going to go that high and come down. And her side locks are going to end up symmetrical for this, just how it works, and they go down to her collarbone. So we'll say right about here, cover up the arm, something like this, and they twist in. These come down like this. I'm going to make the executive decision to make her cuter. I don't make the rules. Anime girls are cute. Okay, go back to here. This back of hair kind of flares out, so I should be able to go like this. Okay. I think I need to drop this a little bit more. So let's drop this to about 20. There we go. Now then, I'm going to just reuse the red of the eyes for the inner hair. Okay, and then we need to have the pigtails at this point. They aren't long enough to be side tails, but they are off braids, which I won't be able to show. Oh well, c'est la vie. So I'm basically going to be showing them in pure red. We'll see about any other color in a minute. Now then. Arthur very much uses shading on this, so I'm going to have to put in shade stuff. Drop this down to 10. Drop this down to 10. And we're going to have to outline the bottom of things, but we'll get there. We have this. I'm going to show that this is curving over for this. I suppose finish up like that. Nope, I want this one. Room. Room. I guess that's how we show the hair vent on that side. Show the hair vent on this side. Kind of lost a lot of the Arthur feel, but let me see. I think we'll get a bit of it back if we put more texture in, but how much texture is too much is always the question. I think we need a third skin color, and that'll help with the feel. We're kind of getting up on the limit, and I'll have to just accept it at some point, but we're not there yet. Okay, what is it right now? Boop. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 wiggle room. Anything else on here that would need it? We have the whites. We have the... We'll need a red. I think we'll definitely need to have the red for the jacket. So that gives us the red. Okay, we could play with a few more. So I think we might want to have a secondary white. Okay. And possibly a middle hair color. Let's just bring this down to 15. Down to 15. Too close. Yeah, I think that'll do nicely. Okay. Then I think we're pretty much on limit. Got 2 more I can play with. Don't think I need a... I guess I can have purple highlight. So let's bring this up to 30. Let's bring this up to 45. Keep it round. Push it a little bit more, 35. And then I said we'll need a darker red. 25. 80. I mean, we could also put the... let's do it. Show is disappointed in you. Okay, I think we should be doing... not really. Okay, now that we have that, we can put the jacket on her. So to do that, we don't need to do anything about the back one. But first off, jacket, arm. It should be arms, but it's arm. And that just says red with a racing stripe on it. Oop. So let's go with this red. All the way down here. We'll give it a cuff. Pretty much. Okay, let's turn this off so I can actually see this. Okay, cool. Then we have a racing stripe going down it. Down the top, so I will say these 2 pixels. And then they kind of disappear up there. And now we get to muck it up. Okay, and we need that one for showing the side. Ooh. That is a jacket. Now we just duplicate her body. Body down jacket. And her jacket is just red. Won't be able to put all the gore on it. I apologize, show. Okay, this is actually going to be important in a bit, so I need to actually have the jacket follow the body. Okay, and it needs to be outlined. Okay. There we go for one side. And come down like this for the other. Got to puff it out a little bit to show that, yes, jacket exists. So put the jacket arms back on. Looks fine. Maybe it's a little too puffy. It's not like it's a really heavy jacket. Wait, why does hair have highlights down there? Mistakes were made. Actually, what am I doing? Efficiency. Jesus Christ, I keep doing this. Okay, maybe we select this layer and we hit paste. Cool. Okay, we select this layer and hit paste. Amazing. Where is it? Okay. I could add a third red. No, I can't add a third red. I am at limit. Oh well. Okay. Cool. So the next step is this. So the body can remain the same. It's all going to be... well, I'm going to have to change the legs. So I might have to slice out legs and put them into jump and not jump. But the hope is, that if everything is done properly... Whoops. This actually doesn't change between the two. Like, sure, it expands the pecs out, but... like, the head went down, and everything went up, but... let me just say. So, I've pushed this up one, because, like, the head came down for animation. This is practically the same. Maybe one more for taste. It's the same outline. So I don't think I should really go all into like having it change. Maybe I wrinkle up this shirt a little bit more, but it's all going to be on the arms. So let me make an arm layer so that I can... and then, like, I can bring the head down one by just animation. Okay, let's turn that off for right now. Let's duplicate this. Normal arm up. Now, let's get the body set to, no, not jacket. Okay. So the outward one, we take this section, and then we pull it out to like right here. Then, what the heck? Oh, I was using a blur tool. That's confusing. Maybe push this up one. Then we might have to have this float on top of the... oh, we might have to have back hair. Oh, I didn't think this would get that steep. Scrib, why do you do this to yourself? Because the product should be good. You'll never survive in capitalism. Nobody gets out of life alive. Okay, anyways. Okay, we're going to call this hair back. Oh, we can't do that. Okay, we grab... wait, where's her side locks? I have to put those back in. Like, I accidentally deleted them or something. That's kind of weird. Okay, maybe this then does work. Or just going... wah. Hair back. Oh, because you're... why? Let me bring it out of the stupid group. I don't know why Sprite does that. Oh, you put it in the group at the bottom. No, you can't drag it out because... okay, let's close that. All the way at the bottom. Thank you. Silliness. Okay. Oh, wait, no. This doesn't have that sort of shading. Okay. Okay, and then get some dark shading in there. So stupid. Let's look back. Yeah, there's less curve. There's more exact straight up and down. Let's move this over. It's what I'm doing. Okay. So, because cheat to win, I'm just going to duplicate this, and the idea they had was just to slice off that thing and, like, maybe fidget with the pixels some more. So, boop. Back arm, we're going to turn this on, turn this off. New layer. Paste it. Flip it. Pull it on over. Move it over one. Grab everything in the front limb, move it over. I'm going to put a little like that. Now, oh, I hit cap locks for cruise control. Now then, this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to separate the legs from the main body, because I should have probably done that before. It'll save me a lot of headache. They're going to separate them. Leg down. Okay, I'm going to turn this layer off so that I can extend these up. Make the shorts like this so that the body can go on top of them. I'll even extend them one more for pixel reasons, because this needs to go. That can go here. Leg group. Okay. Jack it down. I can just go, oh no, there are no more legs anymore. Where is Show's legs? Somebody must have eaten them. Boop. What am I selecting? There we go. To the void. And now we just go with, oh look, the legs are back. Cool. Okay, now I can just duplicate these and be leg up. Okay, both directions. So let's cheat to win. I'm practically there. Okay, so we take this. We flip it around. And we put it out here. Okay. This has to practically go sideways. Let me turn this jacket off for a second. Okay, so move that up. Move that up. Move that up. And this basically goes sideways. So we have it go up here. And then down to here. Oh, it's so silly. And then we have... I think we'll have the shoe go up there. We still need to have the socks go up to here. Okay, let's get the midtones in there. That's the only thing that's going to save this. Abomination. I think this needs to be one less. We'll just carry out the shoe like that. It'll look fine. And other funny jokes you can lie to yourself about. Now then. Scrib, how are you going to do the rest of this? Poorly. By flipping. Copy, pasta, flip. Room. Now, because of the shortening, we're going to move that back a little bit. Make this more dark. But otherwise, it's the same thing. Jacket arms, jacket body. Ugh. Oh, this needs to be in front of jacket. No? Wait, what's going on here? Oh, I didn't make jacket arms yet. Okay. Let's do this with... Okay. I mean, that's a jump. I think I need to put a little shadow there. You can see this jumping over pits poorly and being knocked into them by birds, right? I think this needs to be pushed over more, though. I think my instincts are kind of correct. Cut that in. Maybe bring it in one? Yeah, that has a little more balance, but it's mirroring that a little too much. But I think if I just carve that off, it shortens it. Okay. Now then, duplicate. Jacket arms up. Okay, let's get her body to have that. I think all we'll really need is like the jacket to go like that. Outline it. Give it its back 2 pixels. Give it its red shade. It should be the majority of it. I mean, we're going to have this crease right here, but... Copy, paste, flip. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, first off, gotta get rid of this. That could be 2 pixels now. All this can be moved over 1. I think this needs to... That just makes it look like it's out more. Well, kind of. I mean, like, this is all kind of a mess over here, so... I think that... works. You don't see the quotes, but... So... Here's what I do. I save it. We go on Scuff. And then we export it as a Photoshop document. Doxitize me, Captain. Did I miss anything on there? Show glasses, but I don't think I could get them onto this tiny little thing. Not today, at least. Okay, I am going to throw this into the documents. Into the GIMP documents. The Gimpy Docky. Which sounds completely different than what it should be. Let's never speak of it again. Okay, so I am looking for storage. I am looking for... My brain stopped. Sprite collection. We're looking for show Super Ghouls and Goblins. We are going to scale this by 32. We're going to set this to be 300 resolution. We're going to scale it. What does it look like at 100%? Right in the middle of the screen. If everything looked like that, that'd be lovely. It's not going to, because the program hates me. Actually, why is that like that? One second. Whoop. Whoop. What's going on here? Oh, this is because the jacket is coming down over that. I guess we have to get rid of that. Yeah. Okay, once again, onto the breach, my friends. Once more onto the breach. Something, something British, or fellows die. We must fill the hall, or else will stack our dead in the hole, in the wall. Something, something. Shakespeare. Scaletize me, Captain. Not that way. No. Okay. So make this huge. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. We export this. Now we bring it into the photo, or into the Live 2D of choice. Okay, cool. So we have this. So, not having too many bad, blurry pixel edges. Not too many. It's fine. It's not fine. You know what I'm going to do? Image. Scale. ×2. This is now bigger than, you know what? 2 more. You're going to have half a gig of a pixel sprite. And I don't care. Alrighty then. Let's drop this in. Oh, look at it. I guess it is. I don't like doing it. It hurts me on a level you won't know. But you can't see them anymore. That's all that matters. I guess that's how I'll fix the Vivi one, is that I will... Okay, since I mentioned it... So in order to avoid that, I had made a single animation for every single way that that could be in this Vivi. And it hurts. And I never want to do that again. I want to remake this. So I guess literally having it be like 40,000 pixels across is how you do this stuff. Look, you can see there's still some problems, but they're not going to be there when, because the eyes are going to blink. Okay, let me fix all this up. Let me get my body stuff in here. There isn't really going to be any body stuff in here, because I'm not... Maybe I could move the head around a little bit. The gimmick on this one is that, you know, hey, look at the jump. Let's get rid of the smile. I'm not having eyeball X. I kind of thought I could have it, but let's not do that today. We have no eyebrows on this one. We don't have mouth form, but I keep it because I always keep mouth form because I believe it's very important in case you need to use it later. I group. Oh, that's a rare instance where I put group on there. Clearly I've been working at this too long and my brain is stopping. Great folder. Mouth. Bop. Bop. Great folder. Derived. Purple. And I will need to have... Well, no. They're all going to be... jump X. Jump X. And it's going to go from 0 to that. So the first thing I am going to do... I'm going to get the eyes because it's bothering me that they're like that. Oh, I didn't split them. I didn't split them. Split I did not. Okay, that said, can I actually move the head up without it being weird? I think I can move it up a pixel without it being weird. So let's just see that rolls right. You know it's going to suck if I actually got the game she wanted to do wrong. That'd be mildly troublesome. I'm still going to send it, but... But spoilers, the one I'm kind of looking forward to is Demonstrous and Yuki, because Demonstrous is going to be Demon's brand. Demon's Crest, that's what it is. That's what he wants his based off of. And Yuki, I'm going to go with Shantae. That said, she really seems to want to have a actual... Oh, weird. I didn't actually have that all the way down. That would have been a mistake. Yuki really seems like she wants to have a actual Displacer Beast model of the actual animal. So I have to figure out what old game has good animal models. Because I'm not doing... Mytheria or Mystia Tower of Doom. Because I am Sprite Resourcer. I can't find it anymore. There is a side-scroller beat-em-up D&D game, and it has a Displacer Beast in it. I'm not doing it. It's fighting games. It's fighting game resolution. No, that is far beyond what I want to do with this. Okay, once again, onto the breach. Let me show you my entire computer hierarchy. Off it goes. You caught it, right? Because I'm not showing it again. Until I realized that I didn't split something right. Okay. We've learned our lesson, old man. And it is going to scale up times 64. This hurt. No. Okay, I hit scale. It's going to say half a gig. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, no, it's times 128. This hurts my soul. I like pixels because they're small. Not because they take up half a gig. Oh, no. Oh, well, it's going to be fine. Nobody cares. Except me. Yeah, it has to be a relatively small one. The Shantae ones are like practically NES because they're GBA ones. Yeah, this is being a bit weird here, but... Oh. You didn't see it. There we go. The one in the middle could be fine because you're already going to be doing weirdness like, oh, it's the tweet there, but it's the one going up. But it's the seeing the pixel. Okay, anyways. I almost think Conquer bad for or the Conquer GBA games, but I don't think they have any good animals in them. I mean, they're all animals, but they're all anthropomorphic. Maybe I could find some monster type things in like the Hercules or Xena game, but I don't know if their pixel art is actually good. Maybe Shantae has some like just enemy monsters that look nice and I could just steal from there, because I haven't looked deeply into that sprite sheet yet, but I'm going to, because as I said, she did a Shantae game that she did all the achievements on recently, and that seemed like a good fit. I know they have some very cute like octopus and sea ones, but do they have anything that's like panther-like? Because I could just use a panther and I throw the tentacle and I like look at it, I make it cuter, I give it tentacles and green eye and glowing green eyes, and we're good. But like as you see, I may reference the heck out of it, but I haven't gotten to copy and pasting and just recoloring because that feels cheap and like that's a $2 price. I don't like it because I'm strange. Okay, and then we have a jump. And this is going from 0 to 1. Cool, that's saved over. We save this out. We go up. Sprite. Sprite collection. Chopper, ghouls and goblins. Yeah, I know it's going to have tentacles. It's the pirate game. But I just need a good cat base. Something that's in like 24 to 24. Oh, wait. Wait. Final Fantasy Chorale Sprite. No, it was Final Fantasy 2. Okay. Okay, hear me out. Pixel Remaster. I'll take a look at that for a second. But I want the original. That said, this is an updated one, so it'll look kind of nicer and be more in my SNES style. So, okay, getting sidetracked again. Because Secret... The Chorale, which is like what the Displacer Beast was put on, is in the second sprite sheet, but it's how they diverged a bit. And I know this isn't like the original one because there's far too much detail. There's like a lot of colors on there. But this is more Super Nintendo-like, which is what I need and want to do. But do we have the Chorale in here? There it is. There is that sucker. It's not sideways the way I would have liked it. It's not sideways. It's not a proper Chuba model. Well, no. This is actually more Chuba model. However, this is a little huge. It's like at the limits of what I do. So hear me out. We get rid of the whiskers. We make it black. And then like we have... They come out like this or something in the back. We give them the greenish tint that she kind of has to the tentacle stuff. We make sure to actually properly have the ear flare, or the ear thing. And then I could have a lot of movement with this. I can have paws go up and down. You can almost see the second pair of legs in there for the 6 legs. Like, no, even more. Like, instead of... I could follow the same form of this. That makes it funnier to me, so therefore I'm probably going to do it. The thing is, this is a very detailed one, which is like what the nest is. It made a lot of noise on there. And this is going to be in black, in like a... It's going to actually basically be this purple. But I'm going to be going... I think this could work. And it's funny. Like, maybe I emphasize there's a middle leg here. But this works on so many levels. Pixel Remaster has some good sprites. Do they have a... Oh, no, that was a bomb. I went, Beholder! No, it was a bomb. I don't know the enemies in 2 that well, so I can't actually bring them up. No, that's the final boss, because, you know, he's huge. That's a Chimera. I don't remember what these guys are called, but they start with an A. That's a Malbro. That's probably where they were introduced. And we have our elemental slimes. We have our worms. Whoops. It's probably a dark elf. And it was a boss. What does the Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Master remaster look like? Oh no, I lost my... There we go. Okay. Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster sprites. This is interesting. Okay, let's look at this. First off, this is I do anything I want stream, so... I actually like this pose. They had more to work with, and they kept... You actually have another... Okay, how do they ruin the mage? They just ruin him. Oh. Okay, now what I'm really here for. They won't have it. I know they won't have it. They will not have... Beholder, but... Okay. These are looking pretty much spot on, but with more color. Oh, look at that guy. I always liked the skeletons from Final Fantasy 1 because they were like the most dynamic skeletons I've ever seen. And skeletons just usually aren't dynamic. But those look like evil little things that will sneak up and kill you. Well... The evil eye. I mean, I shouldn't have hope, but there is a possibility. But they could call it the evil eye and continue on with it. That's some nice spriting. Fish. Dinosaurs. You can tell it's old D&D because it just straight up has T-Rexes around it. Oh, the golems. Yes, these guys. Dark Elves. War Machine. The first super boss. Because he could literally fling nukes for no reason. That's also how you tell it's from D&D. Look, the larger Dark Elf. Oh, look at this. Are you properly doing the sprite, the pixel limit for like SNES? How much are you lying? Or did they actually do it right? Oh, they lied. They lied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 20, 25 colors. Now, that said, they could probably get away with it by having this be its own, like this up here be its own background thing, but close, it's acceptable limits, but it's not 16. Kraken is quite dignified today. Hello, Tiamat. Good stuff. Oh, look, you have the Satan head. They gave him Satan head. Did he have Satan head before? When I'm talking about Satan head, I'm talking about, like, crotch head, because, like, was it Dante's Inferno that actually had that? And everybody bases every depiction of Satan based off Dante's Inferno? Japan really does. Japan has so many times had the Satan, like, head and crotch. Final Fantasy NES sprite. Okay, let's see. Yes, yes, Satan crotch. They brought it up a little bit. Probably for, you know, it's looking a little dragon-like there. This is more like, yeah, that's a head and his abdomen. What could have been? Those are still some of the best NES quality Beholder sprites I've ever seen. I think there's an official NES game and they aren't that good. Kraken really gotta... Look at this. He has the little cloak, the tassels, the little curve at the end. He's like a squid mage. Oh, mind flayers. Okay, let's find the mind flayers. Yes, they gave Medusa some more things on there. Where are my mind flayers? There are my Piscademons. Do they cheap out? Did I don't think I saw them the first time through. I don't think they're going to be in the same location, but... Where are my mind flayers? We have our crazy bulls. We have our vampires. What are you? Please don't tell me you got replaced by that. Because they even renamed it to something else. There we are. There's our boy. There's our proper Mind Flayer colors. Look at this. Our Piscademons. Look at it. I mean, it's totally not a Mind Flayer. There's no Ithalids here. Probably still has the suck brain command on him. That was literally their thing in the NES version, is that they could just insta-kill you. Because they could stun you, because that was their going off of Mind Blast, but they could also just suck your brain out. I don't even think it was like if you're stunned, it's just like because they didn't have conditionals like that for random skills. Hidden, yes, but random skills. No, they just did brain extraction. These are always funny to me because I like that they were so big, but they couldn't put them at boss status. They just had them like kneel down. And honestly, how else is a like giant going to like smack without a club, smack annoying things on the ground? They have to get on their knees and punch them. They can kick, but then they're unstable. Okay, enough of that. Let's get this. Let's get this on the road. Maybe I should put a pixel right here. I say. Okay. First, turn everything on. Okay. Select everything. We auto mesh it to standard. Behold the angry bees. Okay, and I guess we will put this in head first. Head group. We're going to put everything into a group for jump, but I don't want to expand the hierarchy too much. So, as per usual, right eye closed. Left eye closed. And then we get into these, whoops, these two. Right eye open. Left eye open. Okay, and we set them to 0. Wrong thing. I'm actually kind of glad that they properly did the pixel remaster. I mean, they had to. They were selling on that, but I could see them being kind of iffy. I mean, they did horrible things to the 6 one. If you remember that debacle. Those sprites were interesting. Yeah, they were going off the old thing, but they were interesting. See, they look exactly like the notes here. Yeah, I don't think the notes look that good, my dude. Can you possibly actually just kind of make them look like they did in game, but at higher resolution? Okay then. Also, I'm not dying tonight, because as I said before, I slept for 12 hours last night. I got up like an hour earlier than I usually do. Well, kind of. I slept in still. Ooh, I messed up something. Did I miss... What did I miss? Ah, that's what I missed. Do. But no, yeah, I was basically exhausted. Because I wanted to do like this and one other project that's sort of floating that I'm not going to say at the moment. Which I need to get done this weekend, pretty much. I'd like to do the Vibby thing, but I have some priorities and don't want to mess with people's things. Okay, so we have that. Okay, head group. Head X. As always, set that up, move it over a pixel. Why are you white? Okay, anyways, doesn't matter. Put it in there. Now we slap them together. Minus 12.1. But yeah, show. She kind of streams. She arts. She has a Discord she's active in. Like everyone else, I can never catch her streaming because she streams when I'm asleep. Everyone else streams while I'm at work. And I can't even, like, watch the VODs. I don't have time. I kind of do. I mean, like, the background, but... it's not the same. Like, Mint also causes me pain on that because she tries to hit a bunch of hours for people, but oh, hair back. I didn't get hair back. She tries to hit a lot of hours now, and that causes me to miss some of her streams. I mean, it's fine. You can't please everybody, but it won't stop me from complaining here. Okay, Control-Shift-C, Control-Shift-V. Okay, because this annoys me, we need to also have a toggle. Jacket on. Jacket on. And we'll put this down at the bottom. I cannot do my scrolling. Kind of got to wiggle. Okay, there. All right. Okay, set you to 0. Boop, boop. Jacket on. Oh, wait, actually. You should be on there too. Jacket off. Normal arms. Body down. Okay, cool. Just cinch. I'm also going to have to make an animation for this, but that won't be too hard. Okay, we're going to grab all of our up ones. So I'll jump. The body remains the same because I was sane in that. Normal arms. Arms up. Body down. Yep, okay, that's fine. Jump. Oh, that needs to go in there. It's a toggle, so it doesn't matter. Stand. Okay, so now on this jump derived, we are going to have it at 0.5 in this. So stand is on this side and off on this side. Going this way. Sorry about that. And then we are going to 0.051. I didn't select. 1 second. Select. I didn't cinch this. 0.501. I screwed up on one of them. Who did I screw up on? There we go. You don't need to be like that. Oh no, actually you do need to be like that. Okay. Body down. There you are. I really messed this up. Never fix it. Don't have enough hours in the day. Okay, I think it's fixed. Nope, there's one more. Wow, I really didn't fix them. All I can tell is that there's that one little thing right there, so yeah. Okay, now for mouth, which is just going to be simple. We're going to do the same thing we do for eyes, because we have two states of mouth, and I don't want to do, I just don't want to do it. Where I would make, like, the mid-mouth have two edges. Like, why bother? Okay, we create those. Boop. Boop. And we put in at 0.5. Mouth closed, you turn on this side. Mouth open, you turn on this side. Now, this is kind of a very open mouth, so unlike usually where I put it at 3, I'm going to be putting it at 6. So on this side, you turn off. Because it looks more shout than normal. So if it goes up in normal speaking, that's fine. But otherwise, it will look fine for... Ooh, I messed up something. Did I not cinch both of them? Did I not grab them? I didn't even do anything with it. Okay. There we go. Technically, that's finished. This is how she looks. Now then, the final stage. Body position. Y. Now this is going to be based off the jump. In fact, it's going to be based off that point. And then this one is going to go all the way up here. Now, this is going to look like absolute trash in this because it's just going to move it around. It's like I zoom out to here and she's just going to float. So, that said, I'm going to save this out. I'm going to make an animation. Because it's an animation. So, new animation. This is going to be for the SDK. And we're going to import show. And all we're going to care about. Let's make this... Let's make you... 1 second. 1 second hop seems fine. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to find the parameter for jump. Okay, grab it here, set it at 0. So I set it at 0, then I go to curve. Yep, this is what I want. At 15 seconds, it should be 1. I have a feeling this isn't what I actually... I should be actually seeing like a curve. Oh, that's mouth open, that's why. I hit the wrong one. My bad. We're in here at like 15, it should be 1. There we go. Then at this, it should be 0 again. This is why I wanted to go in here, is because I can play with the curve form. So it's suddenly goes up, hangs up there a little bit, and then comes down. Okay, cool. Now, I get to save this as show jump. Okay, cool, cool. So now I can go into the physics settings and I can pull into here. Okay, I could go over here. Can add this. Scene 1. Okay, it's called Scene 1, but look at it. That's how the animation will work. The problem is I can't do this while posing. Can take the jacket off. And that can be rigged to a button so that hotkey combination, and you hit it, it jumps. Like, this is going to be a thing I wanted to show off at some of the sprite models, is that I can add an attack key to play an animation that will do something like this. So you're, like, literally, you're playing Super Ghouls and Ghosts, you have it mapped to your controller X button, and when you hit X, you'll jump. Same with Mega Man. Same with, like, Legend of Zelda. I could have a quick sword animation. And you could rig it up to the same thing you're using for your controller. The issue is if they're playing on consoles, not much you could do. But, glorious. Okay. I am satisfied for today. Thank you for coming. Actually, let me save this out. I guess it's saved as scene. Oh well. Just rename it. Everything is working. Like, this had a very much an ugly stage. And it still kind of doesn't work in my brain. It's what I want, but it is exactly what it should be. And the jump makes up for it. As I said, the posing will kind of ruin it, but okay. Well, thank you very much. And I will see you next time. When, I don't know. Maybe more of the same. Maybe I'll actually have some stuff off my plate and I can actually do something. Because I did want to actually work on some solo stuff. Actually, let's just kind of go back. Ooh, that was not it. There it is. Okay. So basically, my main problem with the solo games is that they kind of meander. They go everywhere because, well, it's all Oracle roles, and nothing really interesting for a stream happens. Like I can go through stuff, but there's no good peaks. Like it's the most, as somebody had put it, uh, the most fast food of RPG. But I know of other systems I could use as long as I'm willing to like make events for the game and prepare them beforehand to some degree. And I want to go through an entire stream thinking about that process because like the cheap thing is like, hey, here's all your pirate events, whatever. And I'm going to roll like one of them per scene, like kind of just meander through this. And they're all interesting events, and I have to roll for like what characters are involved and piecemeal it. But it's better than like trying to like, well, there's some skeletons on the island and you fight them and die. Okay. But like the basic idea is that, and where that comes from is the Mythic Game magazine. Is that they had an idea of how you could play a pre-prepared adventure in a solo RPG, and one of the ideas was that you just take each event. Like you might have to read a little bit, but you take each event in like each section of the RPG and you put it into the list and you just encounter them as you go along. And it might be out of order and you have to like fit things in, but you can do it. And I want to think on that and systematize it a little bit and try to see if it would be worth it. But that's for a later date. Right now, I'm going to go on and work on other things. I'm going to marvel at the fact that they gave Mind Flayers their due. Look at that. Look at that Mind Flayer. This is something you would see out of Ultima something something. And get them copyright infringement. But that's besides the point. Okay, well then, have a good time of day. I'm going to go eat something. I'm going to do my weekly chores. And hopefully get stuff done. Until then, have a good time of day. And I will see you next week. Unless I decide to really start doing programming streams in the weekday afternoons. But I have other things to do. Till then, bye.